Welcome. It's Friday. Cheers, everybody. Let's see how I'm looking here. I'm probably going to end up taking this out. Oh my God, such a landing strip. My hair is so bright. Okay. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind, okay? We got some pretty big messages today. I can feel it. I can feel it in the air. We're going to start off with these ones. Yeah. Woo. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. These are general messages. As in, they will not resonate for everybody. But take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. We have first card down is harvest, dedication, hard work. Okay, so it kind of seems like something's going to pay off here. Community cooperation, sweetness. Not quite sure what the collective is doing right now, but it seems like if you're investing in something, it's about to pay off. There's going to be some type of change in your harvest that it's possible you're not really quite used to. This is a big change. And it's because of all your subtle hard work. Like, it's not hard work that's in people's faces. It's hard work, dedication behind closed doors. Quiet hard work. And it's about to pay off. Ooh-wee. Walking staff support. See? Okay, so it's like some encouragement here to keep going. It's like the part of the race where you get some water and, like, you know, a good positive chant to keep going. It's hard to run marathons. This seems like some type of very hard work marathon, because that's what a harvest would be. There's spring, rebirth, awakening, and then self-awareness with presence. So it's like being a part of something and watching every bit of it because it's yours. I mean, it's kind of bad, the analogy that I'm getting, but the analogy I'm getting would be Jurassic Park. You know, the very first one, when they go into like they're on the ride, okay, and they want to go see how the baby dinosaurs are made. And then, so they stop the ride and they go into where all the scientists are. And then one of the raptors is coming out of the shell, right? And the guy, Hammond, he was like, I'm here for every birth of the creatures on this island. He's like adamant on being present at every single one. He says, so then the creatures know who he is right away. Doesn't really work that way, but love that that's where he was going with that. Okay, so it's like, that's what I'm getting, because the whole creation of Jurassic Park, he's there, right? That's the thing, is there's some people who create businesses and they're nowhere to be found. There's no respect. There's no dignity in it. It's just, you know, you buy a Tim Hortons, you get a bunch of staff and you get the staff to run it and you walk away. It's like lazy. There's lazy businessmen, and then there's entrepreneur business people who are doing it because they don't want to sit around at home and they don't want to get another stupid, shitty job. They want to do the job they want to do. Okay. And it really sucks, you know, because my sister's ex-husband, he buys all these businesses and then he just goes and sits on top of his little fucking mountain and does nothing. And I think to myself, like, you know, because he's not a tattoo artist. He doesn't smoke weed. He doesn't eat candy. You know, he just wants to sit on his ass and just make money. And that it's such a lazy perspective, because if you're that lazy with how you want to make money, imagine what other things he was lazy with. Okay. Because he was lazy in bed. He was lazy at home. He didn't clean up anything. Right? Laziness, if you're lazy with work, you're lazy with life. And anybody that wants work to be lazy, right, again, just goes to show how they are in real life. You know, they really don't want to give a fuck about anything. They just want to get it done and go home and then sit around at home and do nothing, right? So that's, you know, would be the opposite of this. Like, somebody's working hard because they're there. They're on the front lines, right? It's not somebody just is waiting to get their paycheck at the end of the night, right? Like some fucking asshole. Like, do you know how, like, you know how aggravating that is to some people who try so hard to get their business off the ground, when there's other people who are so arrogant that buy businesses and then just go home and sit down. And it's like, people need those jobs. Like, people need that money. And then there you are, you're just going to suck it up from everybody like a fucking asshole that you are. Some people are just so greedy, entitled when it comes to money, and other people actually want to work hard for it. There's a difference. Okay. So basically, this is somebody working damn hard. Okay. Ain't nobody helping this person do shit. Okay. Knight of Wands, damn right. Nine of Cups, and then the World, damn right. And the Five of Pentacles. You know why? Because somebody wants to get out of this energy. Okay, they don't want to be in that energy anymore. They want to be able to have their wishes come true while moving energy at the same time. And like, good for you. Push that shit out. Now I'm getting Hustle and Flow, where he's getting one of his girls to sing, you know, it's hot out here for a pimp. And he's like, push that shit out. Push that shit out. That's what I'm getting right now. You know, that's that hard work. You got to push that shit out, right? Because ain't nobody cashing your checks and making your paychecks for you anymore. Once you start the hustle, that's it. You're on your own. If that's the way you want it to be, then you have to work, because ain't nobody giving you that money again. Okay. Page of Swords in reverse. Somebody's had to deal with, you know, definitely some lies that they told themselves, okay, about being the king of their castle, queen of their castle. All right. Like, just because you are making money, it doesn't mean you're just sitting there doing nothing. Again, this mentality of sitting around doing nothing. I don't know who thinks that you sit around and do nothing, but boy, are they ever wrong. They couldn't be more fucking wrong about what it is that you're doing. Okay, Temperance energy. Possibly that's why you're so contained, right, and content with what you're doing, because there are so many people that don't understand what you're doing. But people don't need to understand it. They need to just move out of your fucking way so you can do it. Okay, and people who block, people are bullies. Narcissistic energies that won't let other people go, because then they'll be in their own spotlight and not under the narcissist's spotlight. Okay, so something's going to end because of your presence, your self-awareness that hard work is subtle. You don't need to be talking about every single thing you're doing, right? Because people get on that, oh, hey, you're doing this, you're doing that, or they're doing this, they're doing that. Eventually, you keep talking it, you'll stop walking it. Okay? Because people who are walking, they don't really have time to talk. Okay? Because they're going to get winded with how fast they're walking. And someone's been lying to themselves about how much work that this takes. It takes a lot of work. You want to be sitting at home, okay? Then you better be sitting at home working. Whoa. Okay. 10 of Wands. And that's like, you know, that's moving on. That's hard. That's hard to move on knowing what you have to do to keep your boat afloat. Okay. Hermit in reverse. You can't hide. You got to be out there. If you're trying to hustle, hustlers don't hide. Okay. High Priestess in reverse with the Knight of Swords all of a sudden. Like somebody, I don't know if the world is ready for what you're about to say or do, but it's exactly on point. So do it. Okay. It's exactly on point. And just because you don't know how it's going to play out, that's the best part. Because nobody can tell you exactly how something's going to play out. Because what if all of a sudden, you know, you get that number one hit or you get that number one customer or whatever, and then all of a sudden you sit down and just think that everything's going to work itself out now. And it's like, no, just because you did one thing, now you got to keep going. That's your sign to keep going harder and faster. You know, like now you're gaining air, you're gaining perception, right? People are starting to know who you are. Like whatever this is, it's like you got to be driving around the city with your fucking name on the side of your car. Like, hi, Danny. What's going on? Happy Friday. Okay? Like, push that shit out. You want somebody to know about you? Advertise. And the best way to advertise is on your car, on the side of your fucking car. All right? And the rest is done, son. I mean, a hustler doesn't have to explain anything more. Must be the reason why I'm king of my castle. Must be the reason why I'm king of my castle. That song's been coming to me for a while. Chariot in reverse, Ace of Cups. Hierophant. The Star. Wow. See, it's like nobody needs to know about the moves you're making necessarily. I kind of notice now the things that I do, I end up putting it up like a week or two later, right? Because nobody needs to know exactly what I'm doing at the exact time I'm doing it. No, niente. Okay, put that shit up a few days later. Okay, let's be classy, people. Ain't nobody got to know about what you're doing at the exact time you're doing it. Okay, so huge encouragement coming from the universe. Yes, thumbs up, people, thumbs up. Get those thumbs up. Loyalty. See, and you know what, honestly, I think people learn loyalty, honestly, through themselves. Like, the more you're loyal to yourself, the more you become loyal with everything else. Because you know, like, I used to always say, you know, I would go and do something, and then I wouldn't do it. I'm going to go and do this. And then the time would come and I wouldn't do it. And now I'm like, man, that was like my parents, my whole life saying, oh, okay, let's go do this. And then they take it away. Oh, okay, let's go do this. And they take it away. And it's like, I did that to myself. I grew up doing that to myself and like telling other people that I would do stuff with them and then cancel at the last second. Just an asshole move all the time. And then I was like, you have to realize that like so many patterns of the past that you were put through, you do to yourself at an older age, not even realizing it, like putting yourself on the back burner because that's all they ever did, right? Sometimes like, oh my God, today it was like 6 or 7 hours before I even realized I hadn't eaten anything. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's usually because, you know, my parents never fed me in the morning. So sometimes I'd go to school, you know, like starving, right? And then this like piddly lunch that my fucking mother would put together of like anchovies and fucking pickles and cheese and crackers, you know, and liverwurst, like the worst ever to like send your kid with to like actually eat. You know, so like most days I was just starving altogether, right? So do you think like most days I don't really feed myself that much, right? I call it Crohn's disease and my stomach is upset, but for the most part, I've never been trained to eat because no one's ever really allowed me to eat. So I don't indulge. I can't overeat if I tried because I'll throw up. Like my portion size is so fucking small now because of how poor I've been over the last like 5 years, actually my whole life, basically. But, you know, recently now, and like, I don't know what it is. I can't eat food anymore. Like my taste has gone down drastically which is weird, you know, because then when I do eat, I really like it. But for the most part, I won't eat all day. It's really fucking weird. But I'll drink 3 cups of coffee. That can't be good. So, you know, hard work, dedication. Coffee all day, fuck food, right? No. It has been, oh my God, I got fucking followed today. Yeah, I did the soup thing, but then soup, it's so much water. Oh, I was doing wonton soup last week. So good. But something happened today. I got followed. And like, I was like generally like terrified. Somebody followed me for a while today. It was really creepy. So let's get the energy going around the creepy things that I saw today. Because I saw a lot of creepy shit today while I was out on the road. And I'm like, you know, I don't really go out that often. So there's a reason why all the creepy shit lined up today at different stops that I had around town. So I'm going to find out what the fuck that was all about. Whoa, 3rd house, Sagittarius, South Node. Oh, there it is. Oh, no, that's the North Node. Oh, damn. Okay. Because, you know, we're in full moon energy right now. Okay, full moon energy, all the fucking freaks and geeks come out, okay? Of every single fucking hiding space they could possibly, sole purpose, our North Star expansion. Sagittarius energy, balancing, 3rd house. Ooh, communication. Short journey. Okay. So basically, something happened today with people's North nodes. Part of your mission. Okay, so if it doesn't happen today, it's going to happen soon, where you're going to have a day where you run around and do a bunch of errands, and there's going to be a marker point at each. It's going to come through something like that. That's the analogy. And there's going to be a marker and a person marked at each spot that you're supposed to go. It's something you're supposed to experience. And again, like, so when that guy was following me, I took this quick dive into this kind of drive up store, and I drove up, and I actually knew the lady that was working. And when she saw me, she said I looked white as a ghost. And I was like, there's somebody following me. She goes, okay, just sit here for a minute. And then I watched to see where that person went. He ended up going down the road or whatever. He didn't turn around. He didn't come back. But even as I was like talking to her, I was shaking. And she was like genuinely scared. I didn't know what I looked like. Obviously, you don't know what you look like when you're in a panic all of a sudden. And then you have to go seek somebody. And all of a sudden in the storm, it was like this storm that all of a sudden happened at this one part of my journey today, which was really, like I said, fucking weird. But as I'm looking at this, was a fated occurrence to happen. That's why I'm like, okay, something's going to happen where, okay, so yeah, the guy followed me. Then I came face to face with my sister's ex-husband. And then I drove by somebody's work who actually recently, he was a friend of mine for a really long time and absolutely 1000% broke my fucking heart. And I can't even believe what he did to me. And I drove by his work today. And I don't think about him. I shut that closet door and locked it because I didn't want to open it ever again on what the fuck he did to me and how disgusting I am that I even fucking know him as a person. So driving by his work, then all of a sudden I forgot that I was driving by his work because I forgot how I even got there. It was just like, oh my God, now I'm suddenly here. And something really weird happened after that. which again marked that spot of that person recently doing that to me. That's why I'm like, this is all about experiences, North Node. So, okay, this is almost like, because this is Christmas, this is a huge reading. Okay, this is collective. This is, you know, that movie Scrooged or whatever, he comes face to face with the ghost of past, present, and future. This is like this. See how I met 3 people? Okay, it was weird because the past, the present, and the future. Well, I don't know about the future, but the past and the present was right there. Like the present was the guy that was following me. He was up my ass. He was stalking me basically for an hour straight. I have never seen this vehicle in my life before. Okay, and then the past, my sister's ex-husband, face to face. All of a sudden, like, I'm an empath, so I can feel people's energy almost instantly, and I felt like I was going to throw up. And like, I was minding my own business, fucking down a country road, like no cares in the world. I didn't have any anxiety. Why did I have anxiety when I came face to face with him all of a sudden? Because he fucked my sister over so bad, and that he'll carry that karma now for lifetime after lifetime. But I had to come face to face with him. That was my fate to experience him. All 3 of those people today. So, and then the ghost. Okay. So then the ghost, oh my God, because I didn't actually see the guy who was my friend, but I felt his presence as I drove by, being the ghost. Oh my God, this is going to happen. This is Scrooged. This is Scrooged. And you know what? Back in the day, in grade 6 or grade 5, we did the Scrooged play for everybody at my school, and I was Scrooge. Riddle me that. Because now I can remember I had to like get the white gown and everything. Don't ask me why I was a chick doing a dude role. Anyways, it was never like that back in elementary school. Dudes did chick everything. So I was Scrooged. And then I was actually supposed to be the backup of Scrooge. And then she made me lead. So I was lead in that play, which now I remember was really fucking, like, I had to stand, I had to do the whole in front of everybody's parents. There was like 700 people. I had to do the, oh my God, I was so scared, but that was my role. And this is coming out. This is huge. Oh my God, people, if you're here, this is massive. This is like karma. This is the, like, I don't even know how to speak. I am so excited right now. Wow. Because this is facing the past, the present, and the future. This is people facing things that they never faced before. It's people that they didn't want to face, experiences they didn't want to, cough up again and regurgitate and go over. You have to go over that shit. If you don't go over it, and you'll never get over it. Right? You'll constantly be run over by it. And there's people in your past that are still rolling over you, and you're just, there's absolutely nothing you can do, or they're running over you, like there's nothing you can do about it because you're not speaking up for what they did. Right? So they have control over your life. Oh my God, people, this is fate. This is North Node shit. Okay, that's all I gotta say. This is North Node shit. Okay, so who's the past? Nine of presents. Yeah, see? The analogy would have been my sister's ex-husband who bankrupted her. He took all of his wishes and put them on the front line and took everything that she wanted and bankrupted her. Okay, so I think you're going to come face to face with somebody who stole a lot from you for Christmas morning, all for a fucking joke. Yeah, see, they've been hiding from you for a while. Okay, so they took a lot of gifts from you. This could be like multiple Christmases that they've taken from you. They've had their greedy hands all over your gifts, all over your presents. Ugh. Okay, so you're coming face to face with somebody that done fucked with your shit and took. It's almost like they scratched your name off all the presents and put their name on it. Okay, who would be the ghost of present? Lovers. I can't make this shit up if I tried. Okay, so now you're going to come face to face with somebody who fucked you over. They could be Sagittarius, but this is what you're supposed to experience. Okay, or possibly this person has... Yeah, see, someone's pissed. I think this person has... I think you're going to come face to face with somebody with their new lover. hand in hand, and you're going to be like, oh, really? So you told me you needed to be single, you need to get your head together, or did you just need to get in between fucking Mrs. So-and-so's fucking, ass? Nothing like a good coward. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Oh man, I feel like you're going to leave. Like, you're going to be pretty angry when you see these people. But the way that this guy leaves, he leaves like he doesn't know what he's doing. Like, he's in like la la land with this chick. He has no idea. But then once he sees you and then looks at her, that's when it all comes together. Like, what the fuck did I just do? Woo! I wouldn't want to be that guy. Okay. And then the future here. 6 of Wands in reverse. Okay. Queen of Needles in reverse. All right. Some bitch who lied. Queen of Wands in reverse. 9 of Wands in reverse, the Hangman, and the Hierophant in reverse. Jesus Christ. Can you come up with any more energy? Like, how narcissistic is this person? They come up as 6 cards. Like, calm down, okay? Calm down. They could be a Taurus, okay? But this is a person, this is third house communication. So this person lied on behalf of something, and that lie, they... see how he's got that thing in his hand? It's because he walks around town and he announces everything. He's the mayor, right? So this person, this Queen of Needles, Queen of Swords, and Queen of Wands in reverse, okay, they went around and they talked shit about you. And that's why it's Ghost of Future, because they're the last ones left. Once you deal with these 2 other people, this will be the last person, okay? And they're just going to be standing there waiting for you somewhere because now they can't go anywhere because of the lies that they've told. So they're stuck in the future and can't move. Because of how much they fought you. 5 of Wands and then Death. And I heard from the cradle to the grave. So this person could have actually been fighting you since the day you were born. And now I think they're going to die. And they're dying, hoping this whole time that they would have killed you. They might even be telling everybody around town that you're dead. Or that you're dead to them. This would be irony for you. This person is walking around town yelling to everybody that they're dead to you, and then they get run over by a car. I just got run over by a reindeer. Okay, because it's an analogy. Okay, people, no one's getting run over by anybody, but it's like, and then he gets run over by a reindeer. Like, you fucking idiot. Why don't you talk some more shit? And then the universe is gonna come right up and fucking, they're going to slip and fall and, hurt themselves. And while they're talking shit, I once knew this guy. He was so angry, drunk, walking home from the bar. He was kicking garbage cans over, listening to rager music in his ears, and the cops picked him up and arrested him for the night. And that's all he could say was, I was rage kicking garbage cans. Okay. Like, honestly, the rage that is inside of people, okay, that they can't communicate is and can be the death of them. Right? Because that's the huge thing about communication. If you don't learn to communicate what you hate or dislike, it takes you over. And then it becomes what you live and breathe. It becomes an obsession. Okay, again, when people can't work through their feelings, we get tarot readings. Because they come and fuck with you. Because they can't deal with their shit. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it. Then go jump off a bridge. I don't know what to say with these people who say that they can't handle collective doing their own thing. Like, what does that mean you can't handle it? Why can't you handle seeing other people succeed? Why does it bother people to see you succeed, right? It shouldn't be bothering anybody to see anybody succeed unless they're an awful corporation that hunts people down and kills them, okay? There should be no reason to put your greasy ass hands on anybody's shit and get angry at anybody trying to bust their ass and do something, okay? But these entitled people that are sitting on their ass doing nothing are now all going to come face to face with you. Now, again, I'm getting Scrooge, I believe, or is that Allison, Wizard of Oz? I'm like, isn't he sleeping the whole time that he gets these visions and shit like that? Or is he in bed when he gets the visions? But I don't even know if he's sleeping or if he's hallucinating, right? It's like, I feel these people, because these are analogies, you might come face to face with these people in your dreams, right? Because that's a huge thing. My sister, I mean, her dreams are off the hizza, okay? She sees people, and her ability to visualize that in the morning and recant what happened in her dream is phenomenal. Like, she's been training herself to remember her dreams and the people that she sees and the things that are, like, the other day, I mean, I saved this kitten. I don't know. This person took this kitten from me and then stuffed it away in a box and wouldn't let anybody go near it. And I fucking lost it. I ripped their trailer trash fucking house apart, found the kitten in a Tupperware container. It was brand new, still had its little umbilical cord. I was like, you took my kitten? Oh my God, it was this huge fucking thing. So, like, things are coming back, okay? Like, whoever this person is that took your gifts, took things before you could even get them, okay, that had your name on it and they knew it and they hid it away, okay? These people are, it's time to come back around. I mean, obviously a lot of collective is hitting the wheel, okay? And when you hit the wheel, you then have to, you know, as this analogy would be, you have to settle the beef of the past and the present so then you can make it to the future. Okay, where this person's trying to block you in your future. Okay, so it's a lot of someone's trying to move forward. Okay, and this is their fate. They can't move forward until they meet these people face to face. Because a lot of this spiritual manipulation is people that will never come face to face with you. That's the whole reason why they're manipulating you, right? Is because they're too much of a coward to look at you, face you, talk to you, right? So they do all this shit behind your back. They try to manipulate all this energy and fight you in another dimension because that's how cowardly they are. But in another dimension, you have a bunch of lights on. Okay, like, you know, this is a dimension. Everybody fucks with me. It's nothing new. So I've got a bunch of fucking, you know, security lights, skylights that come on when you guys come in here and try to fuck with my shit. Okay, and maybe this person doesn't know the booby traps and stuff that you have set up, right? I mean, because I don't know if this is as if someone's planning. I mean, again, because I feel like this has been cradle to the grave, they said. So I feel like this is the time of season where this person comes back to take something again from you, and then they'll go around and tell everybody how much they hate you, right? But only after they've come and they've siphoned all your energy, which they need. Therefore, they don't hate you. They're actually obsessed with you, and without your energy, they can't survive. So who hates who, right? They better be watching their fucking words saying that they hate you. Now all of a sudden you kicked your energy away. And now that's why I feel like this person's going to die. You know what I mean? Because I think they've been living off your energy for way too long. 3 of Wands. Okay, that was on the bottom of the deck and it just came up again. So 3 of Wands would be, you know, this person having a sudden moment to realize, hey, like, maybe I shouldn't do this. I know I can do this, but I don't really know if I should do this. And they're absolutely right. They shouldn't. They need to back down. But they most likely won't. So, because, I mean, they never have, which is why you have to come face to face with them now, because whatever it is that they're doing has to get shut down. And no one's shutting it down because you don't even know about it. Well, now Spirit knows about it. And they are pissed. Okay. Yeah. Because Six of Swords, you did a lot of healing after this. Like, these people, they really hurt you. Okay. 10 of Swords, a lot of them left you wounded and then walked away. Okay. And they were all guided. You were guided to them, or they were guided to you. And you thought these relationships were going to be good and everything was going to work out. And they ended up fucking you on every station they could. And I remember saying that to my stepmother one day. She was up my ass like a motherfucker. I was like 27 years old. And she was basically telling me I had to get a job that instant or I was out on my ass. And I turned and I was like, you mind a little foreplay before you fuck me? And she was like, no one's fucking you. Oh, you fucking bitch. No one's fucking you. And my dad rapes me in my dreams all the time. Okay, so it literally comes through. Like, these people hate you because they know the manipulation in other dimensions. Like, the amount of spiritual manipulation is so high, and it honestly is so toxic, and just people around you, your own family. You wouldn't believe the amount of bad energy I felt from my stepmother's mother, who stole from me on Christmas morning one day. Okay, I was like 17 years old. She stole perfume from me. Okay, and I know she did it because now she's dead. She came to me and told me that she stole my perfume. And I thought, you fucking trashy, nasty bitch. Fucking 80 years old, you walk in and you steal a 17-year-old's Christmas gift on Christmas morning? You should have saw my dad rip the whole house apart trying to find this bottle of perfume. And I'm like, yeah, well, you wouldn't find it when it's in your fucking wife's mother's fucking suitcase. Okay, and she was standing right in front of me like a bitch, stealing my fucking shit. Okay, doesn't matter how old they are. It almost seems like the older they are, the nastier they really fucking are. And people think that they're nice because they're old. Oh, you're old. It's not like babies. Okay, oh, you're old, you're so cute. No, those old people are just as nasty as fucking a dirty 17-year-old's mouth. Okay, so this is huge. Okay. These are, and this is actually, you know what? This is kind of a good analogy of what's about to happen, because see, those are these three people that you're about to encounter, and you take yours away. And that's a huge part of this. Okay. Is taking back what these people stole. Okay. And I mean, obviously humiliating this idiot. Okay. Who's walking around with this chick just to get over you. Okay, like, he deserves to get called out. Okay, he deserves to see you walk up fucking looking fantastic right before some Christmas party and then look at the dull dud that he decided to date just to get over you. Okay, that shit deserves to happen. And I know that it's like kind of weird when it does happen and you're like, I don't really like, you know, you just ruined my night, blah, blah, blah. But in another sense, if you're looking ballin', you just ruined their night. Don't let it ruin your night. Okay, because just remember, he's the one that's got to go home with fucking Humperdinck. Okay, at the end of the day. Okay, so huge fucking reading. I actually thought it was going to be way longer than that, but it kind of seems like Spirit wants me to wrap it up. So, 3 ghosts be coming around this Christmas season. And apparently I dealt with all 3 of them today. So who knows how it's going to come out, but I know it's big. Like, this day was big. This was a big day. Okay, this was a huge day. So, I am going to do one more reading, and then I'm going to sayonara. I'm going to make some mozzarella sticks and some garlic bread for dinner tonight. Yummer! I got the best marinara sauce in the entire world. Oh my God, it's so good. And I am really wanting dinner. Pretty darn tootin' soon, people. So we're going to wrap this up with one last reading. And here we go. I think I'll probably maybe do some questions tomorrow. If you guys want to come into the chat tomorrow, I'll be around at some point in the day and I'll do some questions on the air. So get your questions ready for tomorrow, Danny. Okay. I just do not have that energy to pull up shit today. I really apologize. I haven't taken a day off for a while now doing readings. So I'm a little tired. Okay, last reading. Here we go. Give it to me. Break down, honey, take me through the night. Oh, good God. Okay. You know, this neighbor shit has been coming up for a while now. Okay, so I've been kind of figuring out what this neighbor card means, and it's literally your fucking neighbors. Okay, literally your fucking neighbors. Okay, so we got neighbors with Cujo here. So Rosemary's Baby, Cujo, and then the ring. So I'm getting somebody's neighbors are fucking sick. Okay, like I'm talking like they need some serious fucking help. Okay, and I don't really know why they're coming up, but I don't. Obsession twins. Okay, I'm just kind of feeling like be careful in this next coming energy because your neighbor's house might get raided or something. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of like hepatitis or like AIDS somewhere. Like somebody's neighbors are doing intravenous drugs. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Okay. They might be cooking it as well. If you suspect a cookhouse, call it in. Okay, especially like I think it's called Crime Stoppers. I don't know if you can call the cops on stuff like that or if that's why there is Crime Stoppers, but I would really suggest calling it in because I mean you're getting the call card. Okay, so I feel like you are supposed to call this in. And like you might get money for it if they get shut down. And the thing is it's all anonymous, so they'll never even find out that you're the one that did it. Plus, if it's a fucking cookhouse, it's probably got a target on it already. Okay. But honestly, the cops know. The cops know that there's a cookhouse right beside. Like they've been here a million times. They were just here again the other day. So I don't know why they don't shut it down, but apparently they don't care. So it's not mine. Although the people downstairs had another fire outside of my fucking front door. So the guy who lives below me lost his shit, took all of their patio furniture away so then they can't have any more bonfires at the front door. Fucking idiots. Honestly, if I saw them having a fire at the front door, I'd call the cops immediately. That's arson. You're not allowed to have fires at people's front doors. But people are fucking crazy and they're crackheads and they will kill you if they're not watched. That's why I'm like, whatever this is going on with my neighbors, I don't know why it never gets shut down, but this is something different. This is something that needs to get highlighted because it's not. Okay, once the cops know about it, then they can monitor it. Like the one kind of like semi-good thing about this property is if I call the cops, they're here in like a second because it's a black flagged house. Like they will come here in seconds because they know what it is, right? So that's kind of a good thing, right? But this is definitely not about me. Because I already know that that's going on. This is about somebody who's suspecting something. And the really sad thing is that there might be kids over there. There's no kids next door. There's no kids in these houses at all. Okay, there's no kids around. There's puppies and dogs, but there's no kids. Kids aren't allowed to live here. Okay, I'm pretty sure my landlord wouldn't allow anybody with kids to live here. Okay, so somewhere somebody has kids in this place. And that's why, I was getting this episode the other day, and this is why, because Alex Karev just came into my head. So one of the very first seasons of Grey's Anatomy, way back in the day, these people come in because their apartment exploded and there's a baby, and Alex, one of the characters, is checking the baby and he can smell. He already, like, meth has a very distinguished smell, as everything does. And he was smelling the baby and he was like, that's meth. But he didn't say anything. He went to the doctors and was like, listen, there's meth all over that baby. That means it's a cookhouse. That's why it exploded. And that's what I always worry about with this meth house. If it explodes, we're fucked. We're all fucked. That's going to be awful damage that house is going to do if anything happens, right? Because that's the thing, is when you're making something, it's you know, especially like if these people, like if your house is right beside your, like this house isn't exactly right beside, there is space between it, but not very much. Okay. If this place explodes or if something happens, and I mean, look at kids are in this card too. So it might be like, and the people who were cooking in that show, I mean, they just look like a regular family. Okay, like a mom, a dad, and a baby just cooking meth in their fucking kitchen trying to make money because the guy couldn't find work. It's not like they're not monsters. Okay, that's the same with the chick who makes it over there. She's not a monster. It's just that's where life has taken her and she doesn't have any other options. Okay, so that's what she does. If somebody's backs up against the wall and they can't find a job, okay, and they go to cooking this, like at least she's been doing it for, you know, probably 10 years now. So she's not new at it, okay? If these people are new at it and they don't know what they're doing, yeah, trust me. I'm watching her peek through her, like curtain here. Peek through those curtains, bitch. Turn your lights on and look, watch. Okay, because that's one thing that I'm pretty sure Crime Stoppers, like I know they want a lot of information. That's all I can really remember is there. You gotta like at least know where it's happening or what's going on or the address. And trust me, I think there was somebody that I knew back in the day that called about a house in the neighborhood. And I'm pretty sure there was all of a sudden somebody watching it in radar quick. But again, like, it happened a long time ago, so I don't really remember exactly like if it was, you know, Crime Stoppers watching the house or something, but it just all of a sudden somebody was like, huh, it's funny, I put that tip in and look at that car sitting over there all of a sudden. And it was just a car with like an old man sitting in it for days. So, and you know those old guys are detectives, you know, like they're not young Joes. They're usually like pretty old, right? They've been around the block. That's why they're detectives now, working for Crime Stoppers. Okay, so you might, you know, if you make a tip or if you put a tip in, or, you know, and another thing you can do too, if you think that kids are being harmed, like watch for signs on children. If their hair isn't brushed, okay, if they're dirty, if their clothes are dirty, right? If, I mean, a lot of it's just dirty. A lot of it's, you know, they're always by themselves. I mean, you can call that shit in. CPS, bitch. Like Child Protective Services, every child deserves it. Honestly, they do, because there's so much neglectful parents out there that don't give a fuck. I watched this woman, she got ticketed the other day for letting like her 7-year-old son walk to the store by himself. And she was like, he's 7 years old. And they're like, you can't be walking by yourself down to the store until you're at least 10. And she got like some fucking ticket for violating her child's rights or some shit like that. It was weird. And I'm like, cops are doing that now? Like, you can't just let your fucking young kid just wander the neighborhood anymore. Like, there's too many creeps. Okay, so, and I don't know, like, there's this one little girl that I saw at Dollarama once, and you could tell she was looking after her little sister, and her hair was dreadlocked at the back. And I was like, there's something wrong with those kids. Like, no mother has even touched that little girl's head in months because her hair is dreaded in the back. So they're not getting taken care of, right? And if their kids aren't getting taken care of, you call CPS comes and takes a look. And if they're doing anything in that house, they're cooking anything, they're doing it, they get to call the cops. Those parents get taken away right away. Like, honestly, there's this, you know, thing that I have now where I'm not really trying to be anybody's friend anymore. Like, you know who I want to be friends with? I want to watch out for kids. That's really what I want to do. Because I don't really want to be friends with anybody. That's not really let's make a bunch of friends. No, I would rather have a bunch of kids' backs, to be honest. Okay. And like, if I have to call CPS a million times, that's what I'll fucking do. I don't give a shit. Right. And like I said to myself, I mean, the only reason why my sister and I didn't call CPS on our own parents multiple times for the neglect alone, not even the abuse, but just the neglect, we figured we were better off in our house than with foster care. And we knew that. We knew we were better off because of the war that I knew somebody had in foster care. So we were better off with our parents. All we had was like 5 or 6 more years. We stuck with each other and we ducked it out. But not every kid has a sibling that they can duck it out with. Not every kid, you know, has anybody that they can talk to. So they rely on neighbors. They rely on nice, innocent people at the store that they can say, hey, by the way, I'm starving. Can you help me? I haven't had anything to eat for a week because my mom hasn't been home. And you're 5. Okay? Like, I don't try to be people's friends anymore. Like I said, like, if I see anything, and like, I'll put my own safety up for grabs because I don't really give a shit. I mean, like, what's somebody going to do to me? I'm sorry, but I called in about the safety of your child. You want to come and attack me? At least now you're going to fight a fucking adult and not a fucking child. Right? So, big message, people. Someone's got shady neighbors. And like I said, I don't got no kids around here. Okay? And if I did, CPS would have been called a long time ago. I don't care. I called fucking services with dogs with people here before on dogs that I thought were being neglected. Okay? Because again, I care more about a dog than a drug dealer who's beating that dog. Okay? So, I mean, it's all about... I mean, be a voice. If you don't really know what you're doing in this world and you're kind of like, you know, lost, be a voice for somebody. Honestly, be a voice for somebody. Stand up for somebody. Do something for somebody. And the way that you will feel afterwards for doing that, for having a voice for somebody that couldn't speak for themselves, or doing something for somebody that, you know, couldn't do it for themselves, is like, I mean, that's more power than like being a fuck king of a president. King of a president. I don't even know what that means, but you know what I mean. That's dyslexia. Being a king or a president. Because like everybody wants status. Oh, I want status. No, you just want people to fucking know you. Okay, you just want to know. You just want everyone to take fucking selfies of you. All right, move on to the people who don't really need vindication or front page headline news that they did something, and they're the superhero that watches out for kids. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, what more badass thing is that? Like, I mean, I call in for a dog, or I call in for dogs being abused, or I call in when, you know, I notice that a kid doesn't have very much. Like, you know, it's just like, I mean, you can be your own police officer. You can be your own hero, right? Like, I think we just spend so much time worrying about what's going to happen to us, and if someone's going to hurt us, or if we're going to get the backlash of that we just, you know, completely neglected a child just like they're doing. Right? Like, so people are selfish, obviously. And like, there's nothing wrong with, you know, being selfish in your life. But if there's something more you can do, do it. Be in terminology. That guy does so much for kids. Oh my God. Oh my God. He does so much stuff for his hood. Like, gives away backpacks at school time with supplies and turkeys at Thanksgiving. And like, he's sickening. Terminology is sickening. I'm just kidding. You know, like, just, I don't know, man. It's all about just being a bigger person. Like, that's the way that I see it. And I mean, like, if you saved a kid's life, like, who's to say that you wouldn't see that kid as an adult and he might go like, you know what, thanks for taking me away from that house. Like, thanks for noticing that something was wrong and that nobody was helping me, right? Thanks for being a voice for me because nobody would listen to me, right? I mean, if you were a kid and didn't have a voice, be a voice for some other kid, right? That fucking shit. Oh, man, it makes you feel so high. Like, it's the biggest high of your life. Like, it's bigger than any heroin high, or which I would know. But, I mean, I'm guessing. It's bigger than any heroin high anybody's ever had, apparently. I love when they use hardcore drugs to explain things, because, like, I really don't think that that's how it is. But anyways, in a world of make-believe, here we go again. Anyways, peace out. Thanks for being here, everybody. 7. Yay, we got 7 thumbs up, people. We're doing it. We're making it somewhere, Danny. You watch. We're going to be somewhere soon, girl. And, like, there's going to be thousands of people in the live, and you're going to be like, oh my God, remember when there was only you and I? And I'd be like, yeah, Danny. Look at, people are just catching on late. They're just catching on later to us. That's all. But they're going to be a part of the crew in no time. There'll be a bunch of new, you know, screwdrivers in the chat in no time. Or wrenches. Is that a wrench? Yeah. Anyways. Okay. Well, peace out, everybody. Have a wonderful Friday. All right. Go have some drinks for me and fuck some dudes. And I'll be back tomorrow. And think of those questions you want to ask, because I will do some Q&As on my next live. All right. Peace. Be safe out there, everybody. All right. Later.